Hi, this is George Lashinsky again from Aquatic Imitations, and today we're going to do a wet fly, a diving caddis. Around this area, caddis are pretty predominant. You can fish them the biggest part of early in the season, so this is actually a fairly decent pattern to have in your flies. So today we're going to start with a size 14, 3906 mustad. We're going to take a little bit of tan thread. First thing we're going to do is lay our base of thread down, and we're going to bring that back to the barb of the hook, let it hang, snap that off, and I need to change my glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of tan beaver dubbing. When you're dubbing these wet flies, less is always more. It's a lot easier to add than it is to take off. So we're going to take a little bit of tan beaver, and we're going to dub that onto our thread, and just start working that forward and touching wraps. And you want to leave about an 1/8 inch back from the hook eye, and that's going to be where our thorax is. So we're going to add a little bit more dubbing material to that to build up a little ball for our thorax. I like to kind of crisscross my thorax, this way it'll stop that ball from rolling off on you. Finish off in the front, so that gives you a little bit there. All right, so next thing we're going to do is on our wing. We're going to use just a little bit of this Celtic blob pulse fiber in white, okay? And this is going to be our underwing. We just want a little bit of this to imitate some trapped bubbles. Like I said, you want to tie this fairly sparse. We're going to lay this on top so that it goes back. It extends back just to the bend of the hook. Put a loose wrap on that to hold it in place. And then crank it down. Snip off our excess. Okay, so that takes care of the underwing for that. The next thing you want to do, if you have a partridge hide, you want to get in here and take one of the feathers from the partridge going up the back. It has kind of like a brownish mottling to it. You could use this. You could use a little bit of grouse. If you don't have partridge, you can use grouse. You could use a tan Brahma, anything like that that has some mottling in it. Get yourself a feather there. We're going to pull some of the fibers out to make the wing. One of the easiest ways to measure this out, pull it at a 90-degree angle, stick it up so that your feathers are between your hook gap, and that'll give you the corresponding amount that you need. And we're going to lay this right over top of the pulse fibers, do a little pinch wrap. And catch that. And take and clip off this excess here. Tidy that up a little bit. Good. Okay, the next thing we're going to do now is finish this off with a brown hen feather from a hen neck. So just get down inside here and pick out a feather that kind of corresponds with the size of the fly you're tying. And here we go. going to pull that out. We're going to take the fluff off of the bottom. That's not going to be needed. That gives you a bare stem. And then what I do is I take underneath and crisscross 2 wraps in front, 2 wraps behind, fold the stem back. That'll lock it in place for you. All right, next thing we're going to do is take our hackle pliers. And you don't need a lot of hackling on this, so wet flies, you don't want to over hackle them. You only need maybe 1.5 to 2 turns is all you need. So we're going to start turning here. So there's 1 full turn. Pull it back. Pull your fibers back. 2 turns. Pull your fibers back. If you hold this up at a 90-degree angle, you could, not a big deal, just rewrap it here. If anybody knows of a hackle plier that actually holds the feathers, I'd like you to get in touch with me so I could get a pair of them. Probably have about 9 different hackle pliers. I can't find any that really work. Okay, again, so we're going to saw in between here so we don't trap down any of the fibers. Catch that tip of the feather. Come in here and cut that off. Pull everything back, and we're going to put a nice little head on it. And then we're going to take our whip finish this off. This is a great pattern. I love this pattern. When the caddis are on the water, they're starting, to lay their eggs. This is a great pattern. When the caddis are actually on the water here in PA, where I fish, I put this on when the caddis start hatching. It pretty much stays on the whole time. I don't change it. And clip off our excess. And the fly is done. That's all you need right there. This is a great wet fly pattern. You can just 40 degrees downstream, let it float in the water. You can give it a little bit of a twitch. I usually fish my wets three at a time. This is a great pattern to put on the top dropper. The dropper is going to be closest to the top of the water. Give it a try. It's an easy fly to tie, and it's a great pattern to put in your box. See you next time.